Hello everyone, welcome to another video. And from today's video we are going to learn one of the important chapter for civil engineering students named as estimating and costing. In the case of last year student, the subject is very important, and no matter in future you are going in whichever field of civil engineering, estimating and costing is the inevitable part in that study. So before execution of work, estimating and costing plays very important role, and without the estimating and costing, the work will remain incomplete and unbalanced. So here we needs to learn estimating and costing very properly, so that we will understand the feasibility of project, and not only the feasibility of the project, but it will also help you to make economical management of that project. We will learn about that subject subsequently in a further lectures. So let's get start with estimating and costing. Here I have taken a random PPT from internet to teach you proper way what is estimating and costing, why it is important, and the purpose for which estimation and costing has to be done for any work, has to be made for any work. So here we are going to see some modules. It means we are going to learn some basic core concepts that are associated with estimation and costing, and with very proper examples we will also understand what is estimating, its purposes, its methods, and about its significant properties also as well as. So here we are going to start with some basic core concepts, that is what is estimate. So here you needs to understand that what is estimation and costing. For any project, for any construction project, we needs to know how much cost we require to complete that project. If we will get know about that the project is need a specific cost, so with the help of that cost we can execute the work with proper time, and also we can arrange the financial system, and also we can provide a proper time to make that project feasible. So estimation, it means that to estimate or to predict how much total cost will required to complete that work. For example, if I have decided to do the plastering of my house, then I will estimate that something lump sum amount I will require to complete that work. So this method to determining the actual cost of the work whichever is necessary to complete any work is known as estimation. So as the name estimation, we estimate the total required cost in that work. In exams it has been asked you that you need to write definition of estimation. So you can write the estimation in proper way, that estimation is the scientific way of working out the approximate cost of an engineering project before execution of the work. If you think that this definition is difficult, then you can write estimation is the process to determine or to predict actual cost or approximate cost which required to complete any particular project. You can simply write this definition in exam, so you will get proper marks as per according to your performance. So here another point that has been given there, it may differ from the calculation of the project of the exact cost of the completion of the project. It is very important fact that, because we are also human, and wherever we estimate any particular costing of the work, then it may possible that this costing may vary from time to time, because in a recent time whenever the work is taken to carry it out, it takes some time, and meanwhile during this time the rate of the cost of materials, labors may increase or may decrease also. Sometimes some unexpected incidents also took place, which causes a large variation has been seen in estimated cost and total cost. For example, if I'm going to talk about COVID period, the COVID period was unexpected event in everyone's world. So in that case the variation can may took place. So we need to understand that we are human, we have also some drawbacks, and it is the whichever cost we are going to determine is kind of expected cost, that is not a actual cost. So it has been seen that there is no absolute estimate is possible in any construction work, but as as a point of view of perfection, we need to determine the actual cost, or we need to determine the cost which is almost near to the actual cost, so as the perfection can be achieved and feasibility of the work can also be achieved. So here the point that you need to answer, you need to consider that in the process of estimation, whichever costing we are going to find, that shall must be near of the actual cost. Another part is given that estimate. So estimate is the cost of construction job, is the probable cost of that job as computed from plans and specifications. With the help of plans, with the help of specification drawings, we can determine the lump sum amount that is required to complete any project. So as an engineer, you have to determine the actual cost, and for which there are a lot of softwares are exist, there are a lot of methods are also exist. With the help of that, we determine the total cost which is required for execution of any construction work. Here one of the important bit is given named as units of measurements. As a civil engineering, or your subject is oriented with measurements, you need to understand unit of items for each and every item. For example, if I'm going to execute PCC work, so in that case I need to consider the length, breadth and depth of the work, so as I can determine the actual quantity of work, and with the help of that I will prepare the estimate for particular work. So here units of each and every item that shall must be need for before preparing any estimate. So you need to understand all the units of every item. So specifically I will prepare all the items with their units. You can understood that the special information about the units is given in IS code. You can refer that, and also I will recommend you to revise all the units, so that you can, it will be easy to you to understand all that concepts. So here there are some examples of units are given. First one is single unit works like doors, windows, etc. is expressed in a number. If we need to provide horizontal and vertical communication, if we need to provide horizontal communication to the building, in that case we can provide doors and windows. And doors and windows are always expressed in numbers, because we need in just a singular amount, so they are just only expressed in numbers. While the works which are in a linear measurements, for example handrail, fencing, so they can be expressed in a running meters. And some of the items are also expressed in square meters, in cubic meters. Here one thing that you needs to consider, that on actual practical side, instead of meter, the units is used as a feet. Sometime in a study point of view only meters are given, but on actual sites the mode of measurement that has been used by laborers and site engineer is about feet and inches. So along with the meters, I will recommend you that you should also study about feet and inches. Here let's see one of the important question, that why it is necessary to prepare estimation and costing. Why estimation and costing is necessary part for any construction project. So first reason is that it helps to work out the approximate cost of the project. As we are going to estimate the project, we will get a fair idea that how much amount required to complete that project. So as according to that amount, we can prepare our, we can manage the fund, and also we can also accumulate the required amount, so that time management can also be achieved. And not only the time management, but feasibility of the project can also be achieved. So as to get a fair idea about the project, it is necessary to prepare its estimation and costing. Second fact is given, requirements of control materials such as cement and steels can be estimated. Yes, that is also important part, because as we will get know about the cost, but also one of the important that for fact that how much quantity of materials we are required, so as to make it demand, so as to make its demand. For example, for execution of any work, I need to understand how much quantity of steel I need, how much quantity of cement I need, so that I can order that material as per its requirements, as per its demand. Third fact, third fact is given. It is used for framing the tenders for the works and to check contractors' work during and after its execution for the purpose of making payment to the contractor. In next semester, you have a special subject named as contracts and accounts, in which deals with all the aspects of contracting. So in a case of contracts, each even though single things are also considered. So to make the payment to contractor, it is very important to know that the work is actually carried out by contractor in a proper way. So to examine that, we need to understand the estimation and costing of the work. So here estimation and costing plays very important role, so as we will get a fair idea and we will also get a proper examination of the work that has been carried out by contractor. Next one is given that from quantities of different items of work calculated in detail estimation, resources and allocated to different activities. So fourth point is what given, from quantities of different items of work calculated in detailed estimation, resources are allocated to different activities of the project, and ultimately their duration and whole planning and scheduling of the project is carried out. So as we will get concerned about quantities of each and every item, with the help of that we can fix the schedule and can also plan and manage that program, and we will also decide for how much days, how much labors are required, for how much for that work, how much materials are required. So all that things can contribute for the planning and management of that work. So here all these needs, and I can say the necessities, that are considered while preparing estimation and costing. While preparing estimation and costing, we need some documents, and with the help of that we can easily prepare the estimates. These necessary documents are drawings. Obviously we need a drawing, because drawing can not only gives us the information of all that work, but it can also gives us all that necessary data whichever is necessary to prepare our estimate. Second one is specification. For those people who don't know about specification, let me clarify you that specification is the detailed document which deals with detailed information about execution of work, mode of construction, and all the methods and rules and regulations that needs to be considered while execution of work. So there are two types of specification. First one is general specification and second one is detailed specification. What is general specification? So here the general specification is a brief, or you can say a short information given about the project. But in a detailed specification, the overall description about each and every item is given there in detailed specifications. So this specification is necessary because specification plays a very important role, as it is considered as a legal document, so that we needs to taken into account while preparing estimation. Another one is rates. Obviously we need a rates of materials, rates of items. On the basis of that we can prepare the complete estimate of that work. After then they have given the information about the concept named as lump sum. What is lump sum? So lump sum is a objective, or I can say a preliminary, or a massive figure of particular of that work. For example, if someone tell me that I want to construct any multi-story building, so I, on the basis of my experience and on the basis of feasibility, I can tell him you need suppose a particular amount for that execution of work. So this, all this item, the amount that I can express is said as lump sum amount. Lump sum amount is nothing but the short amount, nothing but the a massive figure that is being given for execution of any work is known as lump sum. Another is factors to be considered for estimation. We will separately study this fact in next lecture, so you can wait for the next lecture. In next lecture I will in detail explain you about estimation factors that we needs to estimation to prepare estimation. And not only this factor, we will also study some important facts such as preliminary estimate, I mean approximate estimate. After then its methods, we will also take a numerical, and later then so we will see some numerical, and we will also study about detailed estimate. And then sheets that are actually required such as abstract sheet, measurement sheets, bills that has been prepared, detailed estimate, we see all these things. So in next videos, you wait for next videos. So thanks for watching this video.